Go level that stupid house to the ground.
Alright, if we manage to solve this case, great things will happen. Okay, so since 1997 there is always a little debate going on about something that didn't make sense to many fans of the game, and they are still wondering till this very day. Is Sephiroth controlling Jenova, or Jenova controls Sephiroth? Okay, so for starters, let's go a little bit back to Sephiroth's childhood. All we know about Sephiroth's childhood is that he grew up inside Shinra. His father was Hojo and his mother was Lucretia. We all know that Sephiroth was injected with some of Jenova's power from ever since he was inside Lucretia. His father had no intentions of raising a child, more like wanting to have a kid, so he used Sephiroth and created him to become a weapon of mass destruction. Ever since he was just a kid, Sephiroth became the youngest soldier first class, and everyone feared him and respected him at the same time. He was trained to fight and kill. Sephiroth's mother Lucretia was taken away from him because Hojo didn't want her to affect Sephiroth negatively. And in case you guys wondering with what he meant by affecting Sephiroth negatively, he meant that she would love and care for her son like a real mother, and Hojo didn't want that. Dick. Talking about Father of the Year, right? Sephiroth continued his growth inside Shinra, and he came across with a brilliant scientist named Gust. Gust, not having children of his own, he felt the need to look after Sephiroth and teach him a few things. Gust was the only one who treated Sephiroth as if he was his own child, and Sephiroth loved that. However, one day Gust decided he had enough, and he didn't start the Jenova project with the intentions of achieving power but knowledge. To help humanity. Gust, being sick and tired of both Hojo and Hollander, he leaves Shinra and abandons his own project. So just like that, he disappeared one day from Sephiroth's life forever, never to be seen again. Sephiroth was left alone once again, with no one else. A few years later, two new promoted soldiers, Genesis Rhapsodos and Angel Highway, met Sephiroth for the first time, and soon they would develop a friendship over the course of time. Over time, they all became closest friends and protected each other. Time passes and Sephiroth ends up losing both his best friends and being alone once again. Although, this time, Genesis revealed the truth about Sephiroth, and that he was just like them, a monster. Sephiroth's world fell right down off his feet, because he just learned that his whole life was a lie, and that everyone has been using him ever since he was a small kid. So now, with all this betrayal by everyone, his father, his friends, the company, and pretty much everything, he started having an identity of crisis, and he shut himself inside the Shinra Manor basement for 2 whole days, reading the history of humanity and about an alien being that fell down to the planet 2000 years ago, and they found her as a layer rock. Thanks to the Cetra, they were able to stop Jenova from destroying the planet and sealing it away inside the cosmos. Now, that happened 2000 years before. Jenova, an alien godly monster, fell down to the planet and took the form of one female Cetra. She then proceeded on infecting as many Cetras as possible with a virus that would turn them into monsters and pieces of her own to use. Thankfully she was stopped, but the few who survived gone extinct. Or, so we thought. We'll talk about that possibility another time. So, what happened is that Jenova broke the connection of the planets and the Cetras, and in a way, a new kind of humans were born through that. And that is why people call her Mother. Kinda like the Jesus thing, you know. Although she was a bit murderous, you know. So Sephiroth kept reading down to the basement, trying to find answers and complaining why did Professor Gast left him and where is he? Eventually Sephiroth came out of the basement and that's what happened. So my conclusion to this, and I have facts been confirmed by the developers but also pictures of it, it's that Jenova controls Sephiroth. Now before you start saying about the Blackwater or however it's the name of that book where it says Sephiroth controls Jenova, listen to this. 1. It may be a plot twist on purpose so they can blow our minds even more with that. 2. Sometimes they don't even know what they're doing. Sometimes they say Sephiroth controls Jenova and some other times, like now, they say Jenova controls Sephiroth. But really, what does it make more sense to you? Really? An alien godly beast that almost wiped out the entire planet when it landed? Or a soldier that has a small part of your power? Really? I really believe that the only reason some people want Sephiroth to be the villain is because he's sexy, white-haired guy and long sword. Like seriously, even I find him sexy sometimes. What the hell? Hojo and Jenova together would make a greater and true villain. Like seriously, with Sephiroth you feel remorse, you feel sorry, he makes you wanna save him or join him. With Hojo or Jenova you don't. Hojo is 100 times more terrifying than Sephiroth. With Hojo it makes you to either wanna kill yourself or choke him to death. If I could pay someone to let me choke that son of a bitch for 10 minutes, I wouldn't even feel sorry, cause I wouldn't be killing a human, but a monster. So my theory of how it happened was that when Sephiroth walked close to Jenova, his cells were activated and she felt him. Jenova needs a strong host in order to do what she has to do, cause she is ahead. And who better than Sephiroth really? His body can handle her. Didn't it felt odd to all of you when Sephiroth suddenly got all this information about the black materia, the energy of the planet and the cosmos? It doesn't feel like something Sephiroth will do or be his kind of motive. Isn't it a bit ugly specific? Especially to be wanted by someone like Sephiroth. Isn't it? Ask yourself that. Sephiroth probably felt that Jenova might was the last chance, and unlike the rest, she would give him the love and care that no one else gave him. He even cried as he picked up her head. Now I know some of you may still say that Sephiroth in the original seemed to be in control and even claimed that he controls Jenova. Okay, but what if that was Jenova, but just talking shit about herself on purpose, making Sephiroth look like he had the upper hand? Or more like make Sephiroth think that he was in control. Don't forget, you guys, Jenova lives through everyone with Jenova cells. She can take control anytime she needs and wants, like she tried in the past with Cloud, if you all well remember. Let me give you guys an example. I am gonna bring up a couple of things. The first thing I'm gonna bring up is the movie called Usual Suspects. Now, for those who have seen it, they will probably either be confused or they have already get where I am going with this. So to those people who understood where I am going with this, bravo you guys, you are born to be detective. Now, for those who are like, what the fuck is he talking about? Okay, 1. Go watch the movie, if you haven't, it's amazing. And 2, Jenova is basically the crippled guy. Kaisei Soze. And what did Kaisei Soze said in the end of the movie? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing everyone that he didn't exist. And just like that, poof, he's gone. My other example is Naruto Shippuden. I'm gonna bring up Madara Uchiha cause he's like Sephiroth. For those who haven't watched the anime, get your ass and go watch it now. So, Madara was supposed to be the greatest shinobi who ever lived, right? And he was using Obito as a puppet for his dirty work. But what did actually happen in the end? It turned out Black Zetsu was using Madara from the very beginning to bring back the real monster, Kaguya Otsutsuki, the mother of old Sakura. The woman who started all this. Madara quickly lost his mind and body over to Kaguya. It's like I said, you may think you are the puppet master, but there will be always someone that pulls the strings from behind. So that concludes to my theory. Jenova wanted revenge cause the Cetra sealed her away and she failed to destroy the planet, filling up with anger over the years. And now she finally found someone who was compatible with her and could handle her immense power. All this, Sephiroth returning from the future could be simply Jenova managing from the livestream to turn back and try redo things. Maybe this time we will save Sephiroth. We'll see. Until then though, we will have to wait. I don't want you to subscribe or like, only a share. That is all I am asking. As always, take care and stay safe, and I will see you all guys on my next pirate adventure. This is Monkey D. Jimmy, and I'm out.